Hello there and welcome once again to It's a Mystery and another collection of weird and wonderful mysteries that we will attempt to solve.
As usual, we've been out collecting some of the most unbelievable stories that you're likely to hear.
And we're going to be attempting to shed some light on those and other bizarre tales here in the studio. Now, in today's show, there are some very strange goings-on.
The tale of two green children from a strange land. Is it all just a fairy tale?
We'll be finding out what mysterious noises have been disturbing a picturesque village in Dorset.
And we'll be discovering what secrets you hold at your fingertips.
Okay, Tristan's got a real strange story for us to kick off with. It's a mystery who the Green Children were.
Over 800 years ago, near a medieval Suffolk village, some locals returning from gathering their crops came across a young boy and girl standing at the entrance to a large hole.
Someone in there? Come out, show yourselves. Come on out. Come.
They've got green skin.
They might be witches. They're not witches. They're children. Come here. Where are you from? Are you hungry? You must be. Come. You come with us.
At that time, this type of hole was known as a wolf hole or wolf pit, which would have been used for trapping wolves. The locals were surprised to find the children, but what they really couldn't believe was the colour of the children's skin. Both of them were a kind of strange green colour. Not only that, they spoke some sort of bizarre language and were wearing what seemed to be weird clothes. The villagers looked after the youngsters and tried to feed them on bread, milk and honey. But the children didn't seem interested in this food at all because they weren't used to it. They ate nothing until they were brought some fresh cut green beans. At last they'd been given something that they recognised. Slowly, as time passed, the children got used to eating normal food and lost their green skin colour. They also picked up the local language and began to tell the villagers of this strange place where they'd come from.
All the people from our land were a greeny sort of colour, and there was no bright sun like you have here, just a very soft greenish light.
It was while we were looking after our sheep, came to a cave and heard the sound of bells. We went in, and as we came out the other side, we bumped into you.
The two children finally settled down in the village. The boy didn't live long, but the girl grew up and married a man from a town called King's Lynn. They had several children together, and it's said that some of their descendants were still living less than 100 years ago.
So what do you think of that story then? Could it be a fairy tale? Or is it someone's dream? Or could it be real?
Sorry guys, but it all sounds absolutely bonkers.
Well, actually it's not as ridiculous as you guys might think. Remember I mentioned that the children were found at the entrance of a wolf pit?
Yeah.
Well, there really is a village in Suffolk with a very similar name called Woolpit. Woolpit, Woolpit. Better still, I've done some more research into this thing, and in an old copy of a local newspaper, the East Anglian Daily Times, one report mentions that these children could have been waifs and strays who were suffering from jaundice, an illness that could have turned their skin a sickly green colour.
Yeah, OK, well, that's one theory for the green skin. But what about this strange land they were supposed to live in with the soft light and all that?
Yeah, I've got it covered. Experts say that at the time, the whole area was covered in thick, dense forest for miles and miles. Now, this would explain the dim greenish light that the kids were talking about.
Sounds like this local legend could be based on some sort of truth, then.
Well, it sounds OK, but can you prove it?
Well, no. Oh, God.
After all that?
I tried.
We can't stop checking our fingertips now. Well, that's it for this week. Some mysteries we've solved and some remain unsolved. So don't forget, join us next time for some more.
Until then, here's one last mystery to leave you with. A man holding a water glass that was filled to the top, dropped it on the floor.
Now the mystery is, how come not one drop of water was spilled?
Think about it. We'll reveal the answer next time. See ya.
See you later. Last week's closing mystery was, which 5-letter word in the English dictionary does everyone pronounce wrong? The word is wrong.